Welcome to the deep dive. Today, we're jumping straight into something that is, well, completely reshaping the enterprise, agentic AI.
Right. And it's not just about making systems faster.
No, it's about systems that act on their own.
Exactly. At its core, agentic AI is about digital tools taking meaningful, independent action to hit complex goals. They're blending things like reasoning, planning, orchestration, all in real time.
So no constant human hand-holding.
None. That's the key.
Okay, so let's really break this down. Our mission today is to look at the difference between organizations using AI for, say, simple optimization versus those going for total transformation.
And the stakes are just staggering. The sources we're looking at point to $3 trillion in annual corporate productivity on the table.
3 trillion. And the speed is what's really striking here.
Oh, it's an acceleration, not a slow burn.
Yeah.
65% of companies are already piloting these agents.
65, wow.
And 99% plan to deploy them. But here's the kicker. By 2027, 67% of executives expect agents to be taking truly independent actions.
So that's up from what, about 24% today?
A massive leap.
Okay, that potential is huge. But here's the puzzle for me. If the stakes are that high, why are so many, I think the number is 78% of executives, still just focused on improving their existing processes?
That's the trap of optimization. It feels safe. You're just making your current, maybe inefficient processes 10% better.
Right.
But the organizations that are really pulling ahead, they are transformation-driven. They're creating net new capabilities, things that literally didn't exist before.
And that group is something like 32 times more likely to hit top-tier performance?
32 times. Because they aren't just tweaking the old model, they're fundamentally redesigning their entire operating system around autonomous decision-making.
So this is a huge spectrum then. I mean, how do you even categorize this? What does that agency look like in practice?
It scales from simple to truly systemic. On the low end, you have your taskers. They handle one defined action like, say, reviewing a batch of invoices. Simple stuff. Then you move up to automators. They can handle an end-to-end workflow across multiple systems. Think fully automating a complex supply chain order.
So that's already a big step up. What's at the top?
That would be the orchestrators. They coordinate entire swarms of different agents across whole ecosystems. This is where totally new business models start to emerge.
So the goal isn't just a small efficiency game. It's about rebuilding what a business can even do, which of course leads to the big question.
What happens to the people?
Exactly.
Yeah.
How do human roles change when autonomy really takes over?
This is all about the mindset. The human role shifts from being in the loop, approving every single action.
To being on the loop.
Exactly.
Yeah.
You become a supervisor. You monitor outcomes, you manage by exception, and you override only when you have to. It actually makes human critical thinking more valuable, not less.
But to get there, there's a huge hurdle to clear, isn't there? It's trust. I saw a stat that 45% of executives point to a lack of visibility into how the agent makes decisions as a major barrier. If it's acting on its own, it has to be able to show its work.
Transparency is non-negotiable. But that 32x competitive edge we talked about, it's tied directly to building the right foundation from the very start.
And our sources point to 3 critical drivers for that.
They do. First, integrating robust cybersecurity into every single AI initiative. A compromised autonomous agent is a massive systemic risk.
Okay, security first. What's number 2?
Embedding ethics analysis into deployments. You have to prevent biased decisions from scaling up at machine speed.
Right, makes perfect sense. And the third piece of that foundation?
This one's more technical. It's the move toward using workflow-specific small language models, or SLMs.
So instead of one giant general AI, you're using smaller, more focused models.
Precisely. They're faster, they're more accurate for the specific task, and they are way more secure. That allows for really seamless integration into core operations.
So when you put it all together, what does it all mean? The leaders who are pulling ahead, they aren't waiting around.
No, they're not waiting for the tech to be perfect. They are actively using foresight to rebuild their organizations around these autonomous systems right now.
The decisions being made today, then, are what will define the competitive landscape for the next, 1 to 3 years?
The next 12 to 36 months, absolutely. The window is closing fast.
So the defining question for you listening to this is really this. Will your focus remain on making existing processes 10% better, or on enabling entirely new capabilities that, until now, were considered impossible?